Behold. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. What is that, you may ask? Well, what that is an NEC 600 Junior shotgun reloading press. Probably 1980s-ish vintage. This is one of my latest eBay acquisitions. I got last week. I think I paid right around $70 for it, something like that. And that was shipped. And if you happen to be one of the guys that was bidding on this and you lost it in the last 2 seconds, man, I'm sorry. Not really, but you know, that's how I roll. Still, it's a used machine, and part of the description said it was purchased at an estate sale. The person that was selling it didn't know what it was, and didn't really know that much about it, and thought, you know, there might be some pieces missing. And after further inspection, I discovered that, alas, there are some pieces missing. And so the first and most obvious thing that's missing is the powder and the shot containers. It's just a couple of plastic valves that screw onto these caps here, and those are missing, obviously. And then there's a couple of rubber bushings that go inside here, inside the cap, that kind of help seal against the charging bar, and one of those is missing. Those are readily available. I got a pair coming from Cheaper Than Dirt, and I'll move this handle out of the way. And there's supposed to be a little tube that fits in this finger thing here. It's called a drop tube, and that sits the charging bar. That little dimple right there sits on that charging tube, or the drop tube, and that goes down into this tube, and that's where the powder and the shot drop into. And obviously you need to have that there when you got the press pushed down and you're ready to charge the powder. If that tube's not there and you slide that charging bar over, you're just going to drop powder all over God's green acres. So that's missing. That was 85 cents, I think, from Cheaper Than Dirt. So I got one of those coming. I noticed after playing with this thing a little bit, after I mounted it to my bench, that there was little pieces of plastic like that. Like, where the heck did that come from? Well, there's these little fingers inside this little thing here, and that's the guide for the wad. You put the wad in there, and those little fingers kind of center it into the shotgun shell, and those fingers are brittle. So I have it on a list in my account. I haven't pulled the trigger on that because I think I can get these locally here. I found out tomorrow whether I can get them locally or not, but they're not that expensive. They're like a quarter, 50 cents, something like that. So I got to get a new one of those. And then here down here, and this is the primer die. This is the die that actually pushes the primer into the shotgun shell. And there's supposed to be a spring in here that keeps that little piece of metal up high so the primer is centered. And then when you push the shotgun into the die, it pushes that piece of metal down. And there's supposed to be a spring in there that keeps this thing elevated. It's missing, so I need to get that spring. The parts are readily available. You can get them directly from NEC, or you can get them from third-party sites like Cheaper Than Dirt. I've found that it's actually cheaper to go through Cheaper Than Dirt. For whatever reason. But yeah, I'm stoked. This little option right here, this is a primer tray, and that drops a primer into the primer station there when you're doing the final crimp. If you can see that little finger move, you do your final crimp, drops a primer down into the slot there, and you come up and you start over on the stage one and deep prime, and then slide it over to the priming station. There's a primer there waiting for you. So I'm actually excited to get started making some shotgun shells. Probably next week. I need to get some powder. I think I have some. I have some powder. So I really need to get us some shot and some wads, and some primers. I need to get primers, shot, and wads, and I'll be making shotgun shells. So keep your eyes peeled for the video coming up, because I'll be making some. If you happen to have a machine like this and have some tips and tricks you'd like to pass along to me, that would be greatly appreciated. Anything I need to look out for? Heads up, maybe some upgrades or anything like that you can share with me, I'd appreciate that. But I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and give me a thumbs down if you didn't. In the meantime, comment in the comment section if you're so inclined. Go ahead and click right down there in the subscribe button if you haven't done that yet. I really appreciate you coming along for the ride. And until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, have a splendid day.